Good morning. Happy Monday. Um, it was cold in my house, like 66 degrees. I did turn up my heat, but yeah, the heat, because it's cool in my house. But I came outside and it's not that cool. And we're about to have a thunderstorm. The rain that we got yesterday all happened while I was out walking. Once I got home from walking, it didn't really rain anymore yesterday, so we still got all the pollen, which I'll show you my front porch. I don't know if the cat laid there last night. Yeah, pollen, 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 pollen. Okay, so I came out to walk last night, and of course Phoenix was outside and she came and joined me on my walk. Well, let me back up. Phoenix and Naomi both love Nutella cookies. I didn't even know they had such a thing until Phoenix was shopping on Amazon, even though she wasn't really shopping, she was just looking, and she saw them. Now, how she saw them, I don't know, because she can't spell cookies, and I didn't hear her say cookies into the phone, and I've never bought them, so I don't know how they came up. So anyway, she's like, "Oh, Miss Tracy, I love these." So when I was at the grocery store the other day, I was looking at all the cookies, and they had the Nutella cookies, so I bought some. Nutella? I don't know. I still don't know. So when they came over, it was Saturday night, I said, "Look on the counter," and they got excited, and I told Phoenix, I said, "You can only have one," because their mom was at home cooking dinner, and even though it was chicken pot pie and they were not happy about it, I was like, "I love chicken pot pie. Can't have it anymore, but I love it." But anyway, and then Naomi made the cake. Okay, so I look over there, and Phoenix has snuck another cookie. So that was 2, right? I said, "You cannot have any more cookies. You cannot have any more cookies." So we go to leave, and I'm putting Penny's harnesses on. She only has one harness on. And Naomi has the cake in the cake carrier. Phoenix runs and grabs the cookies off the counter. So I'm all busy with Penny. Naomi is getting her shoes on and getting the cake and all that stuff. And I turn around and look at Phoenix, and she's shoving another cookie in her mouth. I said, "Phoenix, I've already told you, you can't have any more cookies." So I walk them home, and I said, "Phoenix, no more cookies tonight. Promise me no more cookies tonight." And she was like, okay. So yeah, she is a snack monster. So I came out yesterday, and Phoenix joins me on my walk, and she says, "Miss Tracy, I have something to tell you." I said, "What?" She said, "All the cookies. I mean, like, I thought I only grabbed 3. I said, "And you grabbed 10? She goes, "Yeah. And now they're all gone. And Naomi's going to be mad because she didn't get any." I said, "Where's Naomi?" She said, "She's at her friend's house." I said, "She's at her friend." Now, keep in mind, there's not that many cookies in this bag. It's a very small bag. And I was exaggerating when I said 10, but I don't know exactly how many cookies, but it's a small bag. So we continue on our walk, and Phoenix is knowing that she's in trouble because Naomi's not going to have any cookies. And she said all of the cake was gone since last night. I mean, Saturday night into Sunday. But there is 8 people living in that house, so And some of those 8 people may have gotten the cookies too. Well, 6 other people would have gotten the cookies other than Phoenix, and Naomi didn't get any. So then about that time, Naomi pulls up from whoever's house she was at and jumps out of the car. And I guess she went in the house, and then she came back out and saw us and ran up to us. She's pooping under her deck. Now I've got to go in there. Oh, she ran up. She said, "Miss Tracy, guess what?" I said, "What?" She said, "There's no cake left and there's no cookies left." And I didn't get either one. A bite of either one. It's not my fault, man. I can't control what's in your house. I can only control what's in my house. Please stand by. So anyway, before Naomi showed up, we were walking behind Mr. David's house. And Phoenix is walking just fine. Now keep in mind, I've seen her running up and down the road. Her friend across the street has a bicycle across the street from where I am now. He has a bicycle. He rides up and down the road. The boy 2 houses up has a bicycle. Phoenix doesn't have a bike. She doesn't know how to ride a bike. And apparently her scooter is broken. So I've seen her running up and down the road with these boys. And I've seen her running up and down the road flying a kite. So Phoenix doesn't have any problem walking, okay? So she tells me yesterday, as we're walking behind Mr. David's house, "Miss Tracy," "Yes, dear, I can't walk." I said, "You're walking right now, dear." She goes, "I mean, I know, but sometimes I can't walk." Really? I've never seen that happen. I think Phoenix might be a little bit of a hypochondriac to get attention. And I taught a boy like that in school, Sunday school. Well, it was in Awana. I'll tell you about it when I get home because my shoulder hurts, okay? Okay. Well, dang, we getting some rain now, boys and girls. It was making the door whistle a minute ago. Oh, there it went. Did you hear it? Sheesh. My porch is clean. I mean, it's hitting the door, so maybe it'll get... Uh-oh, her food's getting wet. I ain't going out there. I'll just give her more food. It's scary. Okay, here we are, end of the day. And I'm going to finally finish my story. So, we taught Awana, and there was a whole group of us. And if you've never heard of Awana, it's kind of like a cross between children's church and like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. They earn little, was it patches for their vest, and they had to study and recite Bible verses. And anyway, it was all grade appropriate verses. So like Jesus wept would have been the pre-K, kindergartners, all the way up to big verses for the high schoolers. So during that, we would have, if it was nice, we would have outside activities. And if it was cold or rainy, we had activities on the inside. So I had this one little boy, and it didn't matter what we did, inside or outside, what game we played, whatever it was, he always hurt himself. He was always like, "Oh, I think I broke my arm. I caught that ball and I think I broke my arm." And I was like, did you really break it? Because you're moving it and it seems fine. It's not swollen. You didn't fall. You just caught a ball. Now, if you'd said you jammed your fingers or maybe you hurt your wrist, but I think it's hard to break a forearm by catching a ball. I mean, it could happen, I suppose, but anyway, it was something week after week after week with this kid, who, by the way, grew up to be just fine, and he played baseball in high school. So that's why I say he was a little bit of a hypochondriac, because He didn't have a medical condition that caused his bones to break easily. He just, I don't know what his point was. If he wanted out of the activity or he just wanted attention, because he had attention at home. Anyway, it was always funny, especially in children's church, because, you know, we would be singing and, you know, having our activities time, and he would be like, I need to lay down, I've got a migraine. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just want to lay down. So, I mean, we'd let him lay down, but it was just always something with him. It was always, oh, my stomach hurts. I think I need something to eat because my stomach hurts. And I'm like, usually, if you got a stomach ache, you don't want anything to eat unless it's that stomach rumble, like I'm hungry, and if I don't eat something soon, I'm going to pass out. Yeah. Usually your stomach hurts when maybe you've had too much to eat or you've eaten the wrong thing. Yeah. Anyway, he grew up to be just fine, and he's married now and doing well, but he was a little bit of a hypochondriac. Hypochondriac. So was my grandmother, though. She was constantly feeling her pulse and her pulse on her wrist, and she'd sit like this, and yeah, she always had issues. Never really that sick until her latter days, but she was always checking herself for something. So, yeah. Anyway, I think Phoenix might be a little bit that way. Just a little. I'm not saying she's full-blown hypochondriac, but she has tendencies. We'll say that. Yeah, she has tendencies. So, anyway, that's going to be... Oh, one more thing. I downloaded Fox Nation on my YouTube app, and it's $7.99 a month. And I have gotten the absolute most enjoyment out of watching Duck Family Treasures, which is another Duck Dynasty duck call room. It's Uncle Si, Jace, Jep, and Murray. And Uncle Si doesn't go, but the other three go. And they search for treasures with a metal detector. And Murray has all kinds of fantastic equipment. So if you like history and you like stuff like that, look it up. You get a week free, and you can probably watch them all in a week. But there's a lot of other good shows on Fox Nation, which I don't know if that's on regular TV, but for those who don't have cable, if you have cable, I don't know if it's on there, Fox Nation. I think it's streaming only, but I could be wrong. I have been a time or two, so. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. We hope he's coming back soon because people are crazy. And I'll talk to you on the next one, okay? Toodles!